Hi students, we are discussing many topics. Once again, I am glad to present this video to you. This video especially preparing for the lockdown classes. So my intention to preparing of this video to incite you or to motivate you to study well. I hope that I am discussing in English. At the same time, I have the many barriers to explain of this concept. It may be different constraints on this different barriers, technical barriers maybe. I couldn't present this video that much professionally, even though I am preparing this video due to one reason, that is to encouraging you, to motivate you, to incite you to prepare for your forthcoming examinations. If you clear this concept, it's okay. If you think that this concept is not that much clear, so you can go for another channels. Many videos are available based on this topic, every topic regarding of any subject, irrespective of any topic, irrespective of any concept, irrespective of any language. All things are available in YouTube, in websites. You can go through it, you can study well, you can understand the subject in very well manner. So now I want to discuss regarding our projections, prospective projections. In my last class, when I am covering 3D transformations and projections, we have discussed about projections, definition of projections, what is the importance of projections, types of projections, parallel projections and prospective projections we have seen. And as for the syllabus that are given by SBTE, again we have to see about prospective projections, vanishing point. So it's also very important topic. Now I am going to cover prospective projections, vanishing point 1, 2 and 3. Already told, in prospective projections, 3 types: point 1, 2 point and 3 point. Single point, 2 point and 3 point. We will see what is the vanishing point, what is the 1 point, 2 point, 3 point. Vanishing points we will see in this video. I want to discuss about the definition of prospective projections again. I want to explain regarding of prospective projections for more clarification. Look at here. In prospective projections, farther away object from the viewer, small it appears. This property of projections gives an idea about depth. The artist used prospective projections from drawing three-dimensional scenes. Two main characteristics of prospective are vanishing points and prospective foreshortening. Due to foreshortening, object and length appear smaller from the center of projection. More we increase the distance from the center of projections, smaller will be the object appear. Look at here. What is the projections? Already told, projection is nothing but three-dimensional to two-dimensional. So draw three-dimensional image on the two-dimensional form on a screen. Draw the three-dimensional object image on two-dimensional way on the screen. Three-dimensional object drawing on a screen the using of two-dimensional with the using of the two dimensions. Simple. I hope that you understand. I will show you one figure, then you can come to know what is a prospective projections. Look at here. Here is telling when a 3D object is there and one person is standing, the person able to see one object far away from that particular person. The person where he is standing is called center point. The object where it is there, the actual distance of the object. Now this person want to observing or looking at that object and want to draw that object image on a screen with a two-dimensional way, two-dimensional form. When he look at that particular object, he couldn't see every angle, every length, every side, every size, every width of that object. He couldn't see. So that person unable to see all the sides of that object. What is that? Length, breadth and height. You couldn't see. You can see some things only. Now here he observing the object, it may be anything, and from standing position, the position is called center of view, center point. From there to observing the object and drawing the picture on a plane using of the two dimensions. Now look at here. Now I will show the figure. Look at here. What is a prospective projections? What is a prospective projection definition that we have to understand? A prospective projections definition, so I will explain with a practical example. Look at here. A spectator, that means a person standing here and he looking a railway track. Just imagine that is the railway track. Okay, he is standing between railway track and looking towards the track, and far away from him the parallel to the two parallel track, so one side and both side, how it will be appear the both are meeting at one particular point. So just imagine, look at the picture here. A person standing. Okay, this is the railway track. Is standing in between of railway track. Now looking towards the railway track. Okay. Now a certain point, that how it appear, the both lines are joined together. Both lines are joined together. A certain distance, not near, from a certain distance, What he observed, the spectator, the observer, or the person who is standing between the two lines, what he will observe? He will observe two lines of the track joined at a certain point. Okay, certain point. We will see what is that. Now, prospective projection. Here, look at here. Prospective projection is nothing but a person standing here, looking towards the track, railway track. What he observed one thing, that is, two lines are joining at a certain point, and he won't draw the track. How he will draw? He draw the track. That long track will be draw in a small size on a screen. The real object size is more, but here the object size is very less on the screen. Look at here, very less on the screen. My last class also I explained. Look at here, my last class I explained. Look at here. Here one object is there. Name of object A, B. Okay, and this is a screen, and here is the spectator, or this is a screen. This is the actual object. This want to draw image of this object. Here I draw here with the image. Okay, so here image, same image, A comma P. Here also B, this one A. Sorry, I couldn't draw in a proper way. So imagine now these parallel lines is going. Okay, actual size of the object is very big here, but on the screen the size of the object is not at all realistic. It is very big, but here is a smaller. What the prospective projections tells? It tells the object size is more, but on the screen size is less, and the lines that goes, the parallel lines that goes, always will not maintain the same distance. They will not be the parallel, and they will join, or they will converging at center point. The all lines will converge at center point. Means what? So here this is the actual size of the object. So this is the height, and line is going to draw, exact line going to draw here. Okay, this is the now I am joining from the far. So how far the object, it looks like that much small. How far the object, it looks like that much small. So for example, stars are far away from the human beings. That's why it looks like a very small, it gets very far away from here. So the same way, the object is the actual size of the object is very big, but when you draw on the screen, it's draw like a small object. Okay, then the viewer point of view, from the center point, the spectator. So the all lines going to be converge. So I will show here. The spectator is standing here. He observing the object, and drawn some object on drawn on the same image drawn on the screen. Actual object is very far away, and you draw the picture. You see, this looks like very small, and again these all parallel lines are converging at a center point. Look at here, blue color lines are parallel lines. These lines are converging. These lines are converging at a spectator point. This is called center reference point. Center point. All lines are converging. This way of projection is called prospective projections. Prospective projections. Prospective projections are nothing but when the object appearance, you could able to draw on that object image on a screen with the help of the two dimensions, and when you're drawing a picture, the lines are not same at the all distance. Lines are close together, and when you're drawing on the screen, the actual size of the object and on the screen both are not realistic, and center point, these parallel lines and these lines are going to converge. This way of projections are called prospective projections. Prospective projections. Here I want to focusing on, I already covered about the prospective projections and parallel projections in my last class. Here, vanishing point. What is the vanishing point? What is a vanishing point? Vanishing point is a point where the center of point or spectator couldn't see the same distance that appears in the starting. He couldn't see the same appearance at the end point or vanishing point. I will tell you in simple manner. Vanishing point is a point where the spectator or viewer of the center couldn't see furthermore. Look at here. VP is a vanishing point. In this diagram, railway track is there, spectator observing the railway track, and a spectator unable to see after this point. So the appearance of this point here, the two lines are joined or converging. Two lines are converging. So after the appearance, both are joined, but really both lines are joined? No, really the both lines are not joined. But the appearance would be the both lines are joined at that point. The spectator could see anything furthermore? No, because at that point, after that, the spectator couldn't see anything, and that point appearance also, this tracks converging. The appearance would be tracks going to be converged, but really it's not converging, but appearance would be converging. Where the point is converging, the two lines or parallel lines, starting point both are parallel. At the vanishing point, both lines become converge. Both lines join together, converge. That point where the two lines are joined together in a spectator view or the viewer view, that point called as a vanishing point. Why it vanish? After that, nothing is visible. After that, nothing is visible from that particular position. From that particular position, after vanishing point, a viewer couldn't see anything. So where the parallel lines are converging, that point called as a vanishing point. In vanishing point, everything will be hid. The spectator couldn't see anything. Look at here. So the dead dots are there here, and VP vanishing point. After that, he couldn't see. Actually, track is there, but he couldn't see. The appearance of track is converge or joined together. If the lines are joined together, how train will go? It will not go. But how it looks like? It looks like joined together, converge. So because there is a vanishing, two lines are vanished. Like that, any object that you are seeing, where the point hide the anything, and all these lines are converged a particular point. All lines are converged at a particular point. After that, you couldn't see anything, and behind of that will hide. That point called as a vanishing point. After that, you couldn't see anything because of the vanish. That is the meaning. Vanish, everything vanish, disappear, vanish, disappear. It's not appearing, vanishing. The same lines are vanishing. The same track vanishing. Actually, it is there, but vanishing in a spectator point of view. That point is called vanishing point. Look at the track, lines are joined, but actually both are not joined. That particular point called as a vanishing point. Now here, after discussing of the what is a vanishing point, when the prospective projections, object drawn on the screen, the size of the object on screen in a two-dimensional, not realistic, size of the object not realistic in two-dimensional, and that is finite distance from the center point, from that object to center point, the all lines are converging. This type of projections called prospective projections, where the spectator observed the lines are converging, and that place, the point where he couldn't see furthermore, that point called as a vanishing point. For example, railway track, and take the road. When the road you are observing, at the end what you observe, it seems to be road would be end. The last point tells you, or it appears to you, after that particular point the road may not be there. That is the imagination of the man when he looks at the road at a vanishing point. That is why we call vanishing point. After that particular point, that person couldn't see anything. That's why it's called as a vanishing point. Railway track also like that. Road also is like that. If you observe any object, for example, take the house. Take a house. When you look at the house, you could see the one side only. You couldn't see behind of that house. So some vortex, some point, you could see some point after. Behind of that something is there, but you couldn't see. And that point is called vanishing point. Here, vanishing points are 1.3, 2.3 point. The vanishing point is 1, then we call as a one point vanishing. Here only one vanishing point is there, because two lines are joined at one place. After that we couldn't see anything, and here only one vanishing point. So this type of vanishing points, how many are there? Then we call 1 point. If 2 are there, call 2 point. 3 are there, call 3 point. This is about the vanishing point in a prospective projections. And we will see again the definition of the vanishing point. Look at here. This is the point at infinity where the length, breadth and height of an object vanish. So we'll see another definition for the vanishing point. Look at here. So vanishing point definition, we'll see. Look at here. Vanishing point, all lines appear to meet at some point in the view plane. In vanishing point, what is the vanishing point? The all lines appear to meet at some point in the view plane. Already I showed, already we discussed. When you observe the railway track, spectator observing the railway track, the two parallel lines are joined at a point in a view plane. Yes or no? When you are drawing the railway track on a screen, and at some particular point, two lines are meet at the same point. Two lines are meet at the same point. That is the appearance that we observed on screen. That point, the meeting point, is called a vanishing point. Look at here. One point, 2 point, 3 point. There is only one vanishing point. There is only one vanishing point as shown in the figure. 1 point means what? Only one vanishing point will show the. So is the point where all lines will appear to meet. There can be 1 point, 2 point and 3 point perspectives. So now listen. Where the all lines appear to meet, there can be 1 point. There can be 1 point, and there can be 2 point, there can be 3 point. The way the all lines are meet at 1 point, that point may be 1, that point may be 2, that point may be 3, because where the lines are meet at 1 positions. That points may be 1 or 2 or 3. If 1 is there, it's called 1 point. If 2 are there, we can call 2. If 3 are there, we can call 3 points. Where there are 3 vanishing points, on is x second, y and third in 2 directions. One is x, second in y and third in 2 directions. So vanishing points, one in x, one in y and the third one in 2 directions. Look at the 2 vanishing point. There are 2 vanishing points. One is the x direction and other in the y direction as shown in the figure. So actually one vanishing point is not a problem. When the 2 vanishing points are there, one in x direction, second one is the y direction. When 3 vanishing points are there, one is in x direction, second one is the y direction and third one is both directions. These are the 3 types of vanishing points, 1, 2 and 3. And I already discussed what is the vanishing point. I also discussed prospective projections, the appearance of the object on the screen, what is the center point, what is the convergence. When the lines are joined at some point, a particular point called as a center point or or that point can call as a converging point, converging of all lines. This type of prospect is called as, this type of projections called as a prospective projections.